Hey YouTube, it's Sean, Griffin RC Planes. So we had a few requests on how to set up a timer in a DX8 Generation 1 transmitter. Well, the DX7S and the DX8 are the same, minus one channel. So let's do a demonstration on setting up a timer to count down when your throttle stick is 25% and above. Had a couple of requests on setting up a timer for your flight in a DX7S or a DX8, both of them being the same in the Generation 1, the silver transmitters. So on your main screen, you would press your scroll wheel and you would roll down till you find timer right there, and it would be inhibited as the default setting, and you would roll your scroll wheel over to where it says inhibit and then press the scroll wheel one time, and you can pick from different choices on what to do with your timer, but we're just going to set a countdown timer for our flight. So we're going to roll the scroll wheel until we get to countdown and then press the scroll wheel. Now we can set our time. For demonstration purposes, we'll just leave it at the 5 minutes. Now you can have your timer just start counting down by the flip of a switch if you want to do it that way. Right now it's set up by pressing the trainer button, or the way I have mine set up is when my throttle stick is above 25%, the counter is counting down. You know, if you do a lot of flying like I do where you're not using the throttle, then it doesn't make sense to have the timer counting down like you're consuming your battery when you're not. So for demonstration purposes, we'll roll the scroll wheel till we get down here to trainer, and then we'll select, push down on the scroll wheel, and then we'll go to throttle out and then select. And by default, it's set up at 25%. That means when your throttle stick is 25% or more, the timer will start counting down. Or you can change that 25% select to a different percentage you want. So we'll leave it at the 25, select, and then we'll back out and we'll demonstrate how it's working. Alright, so I'm getting ready to take off, and I'm moving my throttle stick up to nearly full throttle for takeoff, and now the timer is counting down. And let's say I get to a point to where I'm not going to use the throttle anymore, so now I'm not using at all. It's all the way down. You know, you're diving down from a big loop you just did and you're not using the throttle at all. And now you're, approaching the ground and you're needing to give it some throttle again. So then the timer picks back up. Now, let's say for some reason you just aborted a takeoff, or you accidentally bumped your throttle and you weren't flying, and so to reset the timer, you just hit the clear button one time. As easy as that. If you want to win this jet, all you have to do is subscribe, click the notification bell, and the like button. Then check back with me from time to time and see my new videos. Once we get to 1,000, we're going to do a drawing. I had a drawing at 100 and only 30% signed up. With those odds, it could be a 1 in 300 chance. Subscribe. Check me out, guys.